all know the big names: Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, The Sopranos. But what if I told you there's a whole world of brilliant shows out there that no one talks about? Hidden gems, series that came and went without the spotlight, but with the power to completely take over your mind. These aren't just good shows. These are the ones that sneak up on you and suddenly become all you can think about. Today, we're diving into 10 hidden series that deserve your full attention, maybe even a weekend binge. Let's get started. Welcome to New York City, 1900. Hospitals are still figuring out how electricity works, and surgeries, they're experimental at best. Enter Dr. Thackeray, a genius surgeon with a crippling cocaine addiction, played masterfully by Clive Owen. This character is both brilliant and deeply broken. The Knick doesn't romanticize the past, throws you right into the chaos of early medicine, where doctors had to invent solutions on the spot, and failure often meant death. It's shot with a cold, clinical precision by Steven Soderbergh. Everything from the lighting to the haunting soundtrack puts you in a world where progress comes at a cost. If you thought House MD was edgy, this is House turned up to 11 in a corset.
The last thing you want is me with nothing left to say.
What if your life had gone slightly differently? Single decision made differently, and you become someone else entirely. That's the idea behind Counterpart, a sci-fi thriller that explores a parallel Earth discovered decades ago. And kept secret, J.K. Simmons plays two versions of the same man. One soft, quiet, almost invisible. The other cold, calculating, trained to kill. Watching them interact, mind blown. But what makes Counterpart so unique isn't just the concept, it's the atmosphere. Gray, cold, and filled with mistrust. Less about what if, and more about what would you do if you met yourself. Imagine The Americans meets Black Mirror. That's the territory we're in. One shipment of cocaine? That's the center of ZeroZeroZero. But this isn't just about drugs. This is a global story. Cartels in Mexico, brokers in the US, and mafia bosses in Italy all fighting over power, money, and survival. Every episode shifts perspective, and everyone feels like a film. From brutal gunfights to silent tension, this series never lets you breathe. There's one sequence in particular, a convoy ambushed in the desert, that rivals any Hollywood action scene. But more than action, this show hits you with its raw look at the cost of the global drug trade. The casualties aren't always in the headlines, but they're everywhere. If Narcos gave you the rush, ZeroZeroZero gives you the reality. Fortitude is the kind of show that starts slow, gets under your skin, never lets go. Set in a quiet Arctic town where nothing ever happens, everything does. A murder shocks the community. Then it spirals into something stranger, illness, paranoia, violence, maybe even something unnatural. The snow-covered landscapes are beautiful, always something lurks. The isolation becomes a character in itself. It's part mystery, part horror, and part psychological thriller. Never quite know what genre you're watching, and that's the fun of it. Think Twin Peaks meets The Thing. And if that excites you, Fortitude is a must. Forget Hollywood spy. The Bureau gives you espionage as it really happened. Quiet, strategic, and dangerously subtle. It follows French intelligence agents who live double lives, often for years at a time. Every lie they tell, every choice they make, affects not just them, but entire country. What makes it gripping is how real it feels. The tension doesn't come from car chase. It comes from the moment an alias almost slips. When a handler starts to question loyalty. It's a slow burn, but once it gets you, it doesn't let go. By season 3, you won't be watching for the mission. You'll be watching for the crack in the peep. If slow horses, your vibe. This is the deep end.
This happened in your town, Sheriff. blood is on your hands.
We have to get out of Banshee right now.
Alright, ready for a tone shift? Banshee is pure, unapologetic madness, and somehow still emotionally engaging. A convict escapes prison, stumbles into a town, and assumes the identity of a dead sheriff. That's the first 10 minutes. What followed is 4 seasons of wild action, deep personal trauma, and the kind of show where anything can happen. Yes, it's over the top. Yes, it's violent, but it's also surprisingly well acted and sharply written. The villains are iconic. The fights are brutal, and the emotional arcs shockingly good. Banshee is the definition of you have to see it to believe it. This might be the most underrated show on the entire list. Lodge 49 is calm, quirky, existential. It follows a down-on-his-luck surfer named Dud, who joins a mysterious lodge not for power, for belonging. It's not fantasy. It feels magical. There's alchemy, conspiracies, beer, grief, and hope. It's a vibe, a mood, a show about people trying to find meaning in a world that doesn't give any. And it's incredibly human. Think The Big Lebowski meets The Leftover. Yeah, weird combo, but it works. Don't let the MMA setting fool you. Kingdom is not a sports show. It's a raw, heartbreaking drama about broken people trying to hold it together while literally fighting for their lives. Frank Grillo plays a gym owner trying to save his sons from the same demons that haunt him. Jonathan Tucker, as one of the fighters, gives one of the most brutally honest performances you'll see on TV. There's blood, sweat, there's also depth, addiction, abuse, failure, hope. This show has all of it, and no one's talking about it. Well, now you know.
Come alive.
I don't have much of a choice.
If Breaking Bad was about trauma instead of power, it might look like Quarry. A soldier returns from Vietnam and is shunned by society. He's broke, he's angry, he's lost. And when a shadowy figure offers him a job as a hitman, he takes. It's set in the grimy streets of 1970s Memphis. The show oozes atmosphere. The cinematography is next level. The pacing is hypnotic and the action scenes hit hard. It only got 1 season, but that 1 season, unforgettable.
Vad fan gjorde ni? Dra tillbaka! Vad ska ni?
2 countries, 1 murder, 1 bridge. A body is found on the border between Sweden and Denmark, forcing detectives from both sides to work together. But the bridge isn't just a procedural. It's layered, emotional, and often disturbing. The real star, Saga Noren, a detective with a unique way of thinking, played with brilliance by Sophia Helen. The cases are complex. The atmosphere is chilling, and the storytelling, top-tier Nordic noir. If you haven't watched foreign crime dramas before, this is the one to start with. There you have it, to 10 shows that never got the attention they deserve, but still pack a serious punch. If just one of these becomes your new obsession, then this video did its job. And if you've got your own hidden favorite, share it in the comments. Might feature it in the next one. Subscribe for more underrated gems every week only on CinePicks. Thanks for watching and happy binging.